Hey, testing 1, 2, 3. This is Ask Michaela Anything. While you all are compiling into the internet sphere here on Facebook, I am going to double check the audio. So there might be a touch feedback here in just a second. Sphere here on Facebook. Say something, Michaela.
Hi.
Double check the audio. So there might be a touch feedback here in just a second. Sphere here on Facebook. Say something, Michaela.
Hi.
Hey, it worked. All right, so the audio's working. That's great to know. So this is Ask Mike Anything. This is the show one night a week where you get to just ask me anything you want. My dad is obviously here already. He says, "Hi, sweetie." I'm assuming he's talking to me, of course. That's talking to Michaela. But yeah, so you can ask us anything you want. I do have some pre-arranged questions that Michaela and I will tackle if we're not getting questions from you folks. I always have my I always have my my 10-year-old my journal from 1989 that we can go back to. So there. So we have stuff we can do, but we prefer questions from you. So hit us up. Brian Coker wants to make sure that I'm paying her for her time. So listen, this is how this came about. Let me tell you how this came about. So last week, I am doing Ask Mike Anything, and every once in a while, I hear a little giggle, a giggle from the other side.
Ooh, that's a good question. Sorry.
A giggle from the other side of the curtain that serves as a door for my office. And I ended up, it was Michaela, and she came in and we had, sort of a conversation. She answered a couple questions, laughed at a couple things, and that was all good. And then I thought, well, you know what? If she's going to sit outside and listen to what we're doing anyway, might as well give her a chance to come on and answer some questions. So I know we already got some questions from Michaela. You can ask me questions too. I'm not just chopped liver, but first question is from Brian Coker. He asked Michaela, who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
I'd have to say my favorite Harry Potter character of all time would be Luna Lovegood, because she's a Ravenclaw, I'm a Ravenclaw, and she's positive and she's weird in a way that makes her weird. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but she stands out, but she stands out in her own way, and she doesn't mind when people call her names, call her loony, call her, weird things.
So you like her for her positivity and for her weirdness, because you are also positively weird. All right, a question from your grandfather, Michaela. What do you miss most right now? What have you missed most? I'm assuming this goes in general to the pandemic state of things, kiddo. We are kind of stuck and can't do a lot of stuff. So what do you miss most?
I actually would have to say that I miss getting outdoors and actually seeing other people, and like going to school, because the 5th graders are supposed to take a sleepover camping trip for a few days, but we're not sure how that's going to look because of the pandemic this year. So
all right, so you miss a lot of the things that would have been happening in a pre-pandemic
especially
world.
because this is my last year at Wise.
Hey, so here's my question for you. What is your favorite thing about being home on Mondays? That we do every Monday.
Oh yeah, I'm allowed to watch YouTube because there's this really funny channel of these two guys waiting Kalani, and they like do really funny pranks and really funny jokes, and it is basically impossible to go now that we have our schedule. It's basically impossible to live without a Woody and Kleiny video on a Monday.
Yeah, so Woody and Kleiny are YouTube personalities we found early on, actually, in the pandemic. And it got to the point where we had watched enough that Michaela and Braley started pranking each other, and it started getting like pranking each other when the camera wasn't rolling. And so we had to say, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. And then they started coming out with new content, and it just goes on Mondays, and we have some rules. But yeah. So thanks for that question, Grandpa. Let's see. Grandpa also wants to know, when will you play and sing for us again?
Well, I'm not sure if it'll happen before this date, but I do know that I will be playing and singing Away in a Manger on my ukulele with Braley at Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. Oh, tell folks what you're working on right now.
Oh, so right now I am actually working on making the Christmas pageant.
You're writing the Christmas pageant.
Yes, writing the Christmas pageant, and I finished a rough draft in like 2 hours.
Yeah, so we've been trying to figure out ways to continue to connect with church and with people. We know right now we've pretty much said, okay, Christmas is not going to be what it was, and so we're going to do something different. And there were different Christmas pageants we could buy that were made to do online through Zoom, things like that. And we were talking about it at dinner one night, and Bree was like, well, Michaela, you could just write a Christmas pageant. And Michaela got really excited about the idea, so she's writing a Christmas pageant. And so it should be a whole lot of fun. All right. Miss Debbie wants to know, which is your favorite Harry Potter movie and why? And who is your favorite villain?
I'd have to say I really like the Order of the Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Although, if we were talking capital Harry Potter, how do you project it? I'd say the books are better than the movies.
Of course they are.
But yeah, except for the ending, it's just a really cool book. I especially like the DA. Although,
what's the DA?
Dumbledore's Army.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
Although I feel like I kept remembering names that they could be, and I really do feel like they'd be funny, like the Ministry are morons, but one I felt like is Dolores Umbridge is dog dung. I don't know why that came to my mind.
So who's your favorite villain?
My favorite Harry Potter villain? Pettigrew.
Really? Wow. I'd have gone Umbridge.
Well, yeah,
like
Umbridge.
After Umbridge, like Voldemort is like
the
third class. Like he's not even a villain after Umbridge, right?
But I also feel like
play with that, though. Okay.
I also feel like Pettigrew, because he recognizes, oh wait, you saved my life, I'll go save your life, in the 7th book, which I just actually finished reading for the first time.
Oh, so you like the redemption of a villain? Wow. All right.
Although I do think that Dolores Umbridge is the top villain. Because
Right.
Voldemort is nothing after her.
Oh, look, a question for me.
He's
Mike,
not chop liver.
will you give Michaela a hug from me? I sure can. And a smoocher. There you go, Grandpa. All right. From Brian Coker, have you read all the Harry Potter books yet, Michaela?
I think it was just like 2 weeks ago, I finished reading the 7th book, which they had been delaying for a long time.
We had. But quarantine, being in the house together all the time, got to the point where we were like, go ahead, read book 7. We dare you.
And also, we still have to watch the actual movies of 6 and 7.
We have to watch 6 and 7. And 7 is 2 movies. But
yeah, it didn't get through 9 minutes because Braley wants to be in the room when we do the movie, and we started arguing. I think it was an argument, or either she got really scared.
One of the two. All right. Keep the questions coming. And while you're doing that, we're going to go with one of our carded questions. Michaela, pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
All right. If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your iPod, which apps would you keep?
You made that up!
I did not. Though it is interesting, this card I pulled from the deck after we had the conversation this week about you have way too many apps on your phone.
I feel like one of the apps I would definitely keep, the main 2 I know I would definitely keep is Roblox and Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also keep Messenger Kids.
All right. All of those, interestingly enough, are things you do socially with other kids, right?
Yep.
You play Minecraft, you play Roblox, and you do the Messenger stuff. All right. Let's see. What's in the cup tonight? In my cup tonight is my favorite Larceny bourbon made into an old-fashioned. In Michaela's cup tonight is a very nice 2020 grape Kool-Aid with just a splash of 7-Up. So I figured I was having a cocktail. Michaela should have a kitty cocktail, and that's what we did.
That question?
I am. My dad asked, "Am I afraid that Michaela is going to steal my thunder all the friggin' time?" Which is part of the reason. And this is just knowledge for y'all. You can't share this with anybody else. Okay. The reason, or one of the big reasons I have, I'm glad the kids go. When we were meeting in the buildings, would go to church with Bree and not with me, is because of Michaela's propensity to steal my thunder. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, Michaela and I are very much alike in a lot of ways. And
we have the same color hair for one.
Yeah, see? Kind of flesh toned. Yeah, okay, we answered the what's in the cup tonight. Stephanie from the neighborhood says, Michaela, what is your favorite thing about your dad? I'm interested. What is your favorite thing about your dad?
He's always optimistic.
Aw, I am. Most of the time.
He's also very much, I hate to say this in case this will happen, he's very much a tickle monster.
I am, but I'm not going to tickle you because I don't want to spill drinks places.
Thank you.
I am a tickle monster. All right. There's another favorite thing about your dad. What's your favorite thing about your mom?
Everything.
Ow.
I can't decide.
Well, that's nice. I got to say, I'm glad you didn't say it's the fact that I buy you things.
I remember on one of your, when we were doing the kids thing, you said you're at the stage, oh, wait, Dad, you exist? Where are you going? You gonna buy me something?
Uh-huh. All right, and then there says, Sir Gimpy, what's your favorite thing about Michaela? Now, Sir Gimpy, if you guys remember, Sarah was my girlfriend when I was in grade school. And I think for a little bit in high school, maybe even. And Sir Gimpy came the first time, I think it was like our first date. She was coming to one of my football games, and like she showed up on the play that like I broke my leg. Yeah. And so like when we started dating, it was Sir Gimpy. So what's my favorite thing about Michaela? Oh my gosh. Answer correctly. There are so many things. Probably I most definitely I love her heart. Even though, you know, sometimes like everybody, she can be a little selfish. She also very much loves people, loves life. And I like that a lot. I also like that she loves to read. I know when I was a kid, I started writing in the journal, my 10-year-old journal, because I lied about reading.
My life is boring. My life is boring. I've read his
spoilers.
Not much.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I thought you guys were
but I love that she reads, especially since I like to read. There are certain things I love to read, but I'm not as nearly as voracious as she is, and I love that she's voracious. Let's see. All right. Brian says need to get her and Gabby together. Gabby is his daughter. For a Harry Potter movie night. That should definitely happen. Gabby has a YouTube channel that's all about Harry Potter. And I didn't tell you about it before because you hadn't finished book 7 yet, and I didn't want you to have spoilers, but I could probably get you that address. All right. Michaela, what's your favorite kitty cocktail? This is her first kitty cocktail, so it must be her favorite, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
She doesn't this is her first time with the grape Kool-Aid. Michaela is very much either apple juice, water, or milk. She doesn't do much else. And that's by her choice. We've tried, it's root beer, dang it, drink it, it's yummy. And she's like, no, I don't like the root beer. But tonight she was brave and she went with the grape Kool-Aid and 7-Up. My favorite cocktail, right now, my go-to is the old fashioned. I love it. I miss being able to go to Ollie's here in Ypsilanti to get it. They had the best old fashioned around, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah. All right, Michaela, what's the worst thing about virtual school? Oh, you know what? I can answer this one. The worst thing about virtual school for me. Hang on. No. You can answer in a minute. The worst thing about virtual school for me is I'm having to learn how to do it a different way for the kids, specifically for Braille. And in the midst of learning to do church different and keep all these connections different, every morning it's Braille coming to me with her laptop. Daddy, I can't do this. Daddy, I can't do that. And I don't know how to do it. So I have to teach myself how to do it. And it just, most of the time, honestly, by the time it came to school for Braille, and helping her with stuff, I'm just like, go talk to your mom. I have too many things to do right now. All right, Michaela, what's the worst thing about virtual school?
I'd say the worst thing about virtual school is all the glitching.
Mm-hmm.
Because, most of my school time is right when they're doing Fun with Faith. So I get a lot of glitching. I even get a lot of glitching before then. And this morning we had a substitute for both classes because one of my teachers, my teacher was out for the day and the other one's in the hospital. She's going to have a baby. Anyway. So for a while it was glitching so much that it sounded like a computer was talking instead of the person that was actually talking.
Oh, that's the worst.
Uh-huh.
Everybody hates that about Zoom meetings. She's never had a Shirley Temple. No, but that is Bree's favorite cocktail, period, because Bree doesn't do alcohol. Bree loves a Shirley Temple when we go out for stuff, when we could go out for stuff. Let's see. Whoa. If you and Dad could go on a trip, where would you go? Just me and you, where would you want to go?
So
no Braille, no mommy.
Wait, I have a clarification before this. Is this just talking about if there wasn't a pandemic?
No pandemic, money's not an issue.
Ooh.
If money's not an issue, I want you to make a real Hogwarts. And a real platform 9 3/4 that leaves from Detroit. No, if we could go anywhere on a trip, where would you want to go?
I'd either say to the Disney parks, but I feel like more than the Disney parks, I want to go back to the Universal Studios, the Island of Adventure, because we spent most of our time, because the Harry Potter stuff's on the island.
Oh, gotcha.
So we spent most of the time in the Harry Potter section, but fun fact, back then, Braille was very into Dr. Seuss, so we rode the Cat in the Hat ride about 26 times a day.
We did. We rode Cat in the Hat a lot. All right. That's a great question, though.
It was impossible to get out of it.
And in our house right now,
it'd be like anywhere.
Hang on. 8 months of lockdown and very little travel and those kinds of things, we've very much been. Bree is getting bombarded with Disney stuff, and Bree's like, if we went to Universal right now, it would cost us half as much as No kidding, because nobody's there. All right. This is a good one from Grandpapa Lupa. Michaela, what advice do you have for kids who are bored at home right now?
My advice is
talk your parents into having a little sister.
So my advice would probably be, especially as it's getting colder and there are less beautiful days, go outside a lot more and spend more time. If you have a sibling, with that sibling. If you don't have a sibling, still go outside. But if you like hurt yourself and you have to rest, I'd say if you don't have one already, or even if you don't have one already, talk your parents into getting you one. Get some sort of device.
I am so glad that your first advice was go outside. And I am going to take a clip of this once it's up on YouTube, and I'm just going to have it on my phone to be like, this is Michaela telling Michaela to go outside. I like it. Yeah, let's see, you guys play outside a lot. You watch some movies and shows together. You have Tinker Crates you do.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to launch your soda rocket.
I'm glad we didn't do it today because it was gusting.
Yeah. So yeah, we watch our Woody and Kleiny on Mondays. Yeah. So do lots of homework. Read. Put the dishes away.
Read the Harry Potter books.
Put the dishes away.
Read the Harry Potter books.
Put the dishes away. All right. If a child was born in 1979, got married, had children, and lost his hair, how old would he be next year? How old would I be next year, Michaela?
You were born in 1979.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How old would I be next year? This is your math problem. I told you. Did I not tell you they were going to ask you math problems?
Did not.
They ask me math problems all the time.
Let's see.
Oh.
You'll be 42.
That's right.
Because he just had a birthday 3 years,
3 days ago.
3 days ago. So I'm pretty sure I know his age that he is right now.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? This is Grandpa being really, really clever, because I told people if they ever asked me math questions, I was only going to ever answer 42. The answer is always 42. Because in the book, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the question is asked, what is the meaning of the life, universe, and everything? And the answer that comes back is 42.
But the answer to this is 43. I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to be 42 next year, goofball. All right. Let's see. Okay. From my good friend Dan Rose. Michaela, do you ever take baby oil and shine up your dad's dome?
This dome?
That dome. The dome.
I thought you had built a greenhouse in the backyard that I didn't know about.
No invisible greenhouses.
I have not, but thanks for the suggestion.
No, this is all natural, Dano. All right. Go ahead, type in some more questions. Michaela, pick a number 1 through 3.
1.
This is the Would You Rather card, right? Would you rather spend the night in a dumpster or a porta potty?
Oh my gosh.
She just threw up in her mouth a little.
Depends if on the porta potty is clean or not.
You know what's really funny? When I pulled these out and I looked at them earlier, I'm like, it would really depend on whether the porta potty was clean or not. Oh, good answer, baby doll. Good answer. All right. Stephanie asks, who's the best cook in the house?
Grandma.
You know she doesn't watch this, right? Who's the best cook in the house?
Grandma.
Nobody's going to tell her. Who's the best cook in the house?
I'm going to tell her.
Who makes the best hamburgers in the house?
According to Braley McDonald?
No. Who makes the best hamburgers in the house? Did you guys just hear that? Did you guys just hear that? I hope you heard that. I hope you heard that. Ooh. Who makes the best hamburgers in the house, Michaela?
Daddy.
Thank you. All right.
Ooh.
Grandpa heard it. Grandpa heard you fart. And now this is on the internet forever. Now I have to go back and take out 2 clips. The one where you said go play outside, and the one where you farted on a live stream. All right. Michaela, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? Other than farting on a live stream?
Easy. Destroying COVID.
Good superpower.
But if I had to have a superpower and there wasn't COVID, I feel like it'd be kind of cool. Why do I keep leaning back to think? I feel like it'd be kind of cool to be able to speak with other animals.
Dr. Doolittle she wants to be. All right, what's your favorite meal and dessert?
Favorite meal, scalloped potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite
with ham.
And my favorite dessert, I feel like I really like ice cream, especially Mackinac Island fudge ice cream. But I have now discovered a liking. I think Mackinac Island fudge is my favorite. But closely following that, I think Reese's peanut butter ice cream cake ties with chocolate ice cream, because that's actually the cake that I have for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one piece left, and I called dibs. This morning while he was not in the room.
That's right. My favorite meal, I like steak. I like pizza. Depends on the day. Steak, pizza, hamburgers. Pretty much food. I like food. And dessert, I'm a big baklava fan, actually. So, yeah. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead, type those in. We'll go to another pod deck question. Pick
2.
a number between 1 and 2. 2. All right. Who? Anybody alive or dead? But the dead person would be like alive and normal. Okay.
Okay.
So hypothetically, anybody in all of history, who would you like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight, and why?
Can they be book characters?
No, they need to be real people. It's okay. You can say your dad.
I'm thinking, okay?
Uh-huh.
My dad, if it was in my family, but
Outside your family.
This is outside family. Okay. Back to the drawing board.
Anybody in history, Michaela? Come on.
I'm thinking, okay? This is a big decision.
No, it's not, because it's not actually going to happen.
Yeah, well, the next thing I know, I'm going to answer, and you're going to find someone.
Nope.
The person that he asked, and then you're going to
Nope.
book a 10-hour flight to nowhere.
Nope.
That just makes a big circle.
Pandemic.
Oh, right. Was there a pandemic happening? I did not know. Okay.
All right. For me, if I could do a 10-hour flight, I'd do a 10-hour flight with Carl. And just like hold him in my lap the whole time. You can't take that now. All right. Think about it.
I'll get back to you.
If you could only talk to 3 animals, what would they be?
Oh. Cat. A
Dog.
I don't know what I'm gonna say. Okay, what am I gonna say next time?
Goldfish.
No.
Tiger. Pigeon. I don't know what the third one would be. I'm not an animal. All right, Michaela, what is your favorite Bible story?
There's only
There's more than one. There's more than one Bible story. This is where you find out just how comprehensive at-home Sunday school has been during the pandemic. Something about Jesus and people.
I'd say the one where he makes bread and fish to feed 1,000 people out of 3 loaves of bread and 1 fish.
All right.
That's
a
miracle.
So that tells me where I need to focus my attention on Sunday school. All right. Jesus feeds the multitude. We'll take that. All right. What's your favorite dinosaur? Me, Triceratops.
Him, period.
Hang on. My 11-year-old just called me a dinosaur. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, for real. My favorite dinosaur. Triceratops.
Good call.
Is that exactly what you said?
That is what I said.
Oh, I forgot.
All right. Michaela, what's your dream pet in the Roblox game Adopt Me?
Okay. 1, Grandpa Mullet, I am.
She's also a huge thunder maker, as you heard a little earlier.
Okay.
Dream pet in Roblox game Adopt Me.
Okay. I'd have to say these are like legendary pets that you actually have to buy Roblox for, but there are like ones that like I feel like getting a horse would be cool because I feel like if you bought the horse, you could also it came with the pack that you could ride it. I don't know. I have 0 Robux, so you have to pay money to get actual Robux, and then you can't have to pay more money to get actual Robux that you already
That's right.
have.
And her daddy don't do pay to play. No. If you got to pay for the game, you don't get the game. All right. And yes, Thunder Stealer, Thunder Maker, for sure. All right, pick a number between 1 and 1.
1.
Ooh. What's the grossest thing you've ever seen someone do in public?
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Really? Okay, Michaela, what's the grossest thing I've ever seen someone do in public?
What I did a few minutes ago?
No. Oh, God, no. That's perfectly natural.
Then why'd you make a big fuss about it?
Because it was funny. And say natural can be funny. Grossest thing you've ever seen someone do in public?
Some of the grossest thing I've ever seen. This is really gross, but it's also really so in the cafeteria in the before times, if there ever was such a thing, it was really gross.
Freaking Alfred Hitchcock over here.
It was really gross because some guy was having a tantrum in the lunchroom, but what made it gross is that there was about like 4 trash cans and he knocked over every single one of them, and like they had a lot of garbage in them, so it kind of like just went out everywhere. And it was really gross because like some of it was just dried up. Well, some of it was still wet because sometimes you have like gravy on it, and it was really close and it spilled all over the floor.
Oh, nice. All right. So for me, the grossest thing I've ever seen anyone do in public, that award goes to my daughter, Michaela's sister, Braylee. In pre-COVID times, we bought a package through the school or through something for the summer where you can go bowling and it's super cheap. And we went bowling at this bowling alley, and more than once we had to stop Braylee from licking the table rails that are like up where like people stand by the bar and stuff. And she's like,
It was disgusting.
Disgusting. All right, Michaela, where do you see yourself as an adult? Like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I guess.
I already had an answer, but you made me change it. My answer before is where you see yourself as an adult is older. I'm older when I'm an adult. But
right, but what do you want to do?
I don't really know.
All right, it's a good answer. Brian says he should have asked you what your dream pet that you can hatch was.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, so I think that my dream pet that I could probably hatch, would be like, it's been a while since I played Adopt Me, so forgive me. I really feel like getting a snow puma would be really cool.
Ooh, snow puma. Nice. All right. Well, where I see myself as an adult.
Right here.
Hey, I can still have dreams. I can still have dreams too, Michaela.
I know you can.
All right. Now I see myself right here. Actually, my favorite part of being an adult is being Michaela and Braylee's dad. All right. Ooh, what's your favorite hymn in church?
My favorite hymn in church would either be, I think it'd be Silent Night.
That is a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really funny. So your grandpa Mullet, and that's not his name, that's his hairstyle. Your grandpa Mullet. When I was probably around your age, probably around 5th grade, we had a school Christmas pageant. And he had back then you had to have a separate camera, and that camera had to have a thing called film that went in it for like video recording.
No way.
I know.
There was a time when you didn't even have your own personalized cell phone?
No. Oh yeah. Most of history, you didn't have a cell phone. So he's videotaping me on what's called 8mm. And he says, so what's your favorite song from the pageant tonight? And I said, Silent Night. And then he made me sing it. And it was horrible. All right. Hey, you remember Heather, right? Heather says, hey, Michaela. And then she says, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Okay. I am going to be answering this one because I know exactly what you're going to say. We will disagree on this point, and I say it definitely does not.
Okay. If you ask her, just ask her what belongs on pizza. Michaela, what belongs on pizza?
Cheese.
And if you are waiting for any other toppings, you are going to be waiting a long, long time because she will not put anything else on pizza. As far as I'm concerned, can you really call it a pizza without pineapple? I don't think so. But you also can't call it a pizza without pineapple and Frank's Red Hot. So, what's my dream pet in Adopt Me?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this one. He's never played.
I've never played, but I really want a dog. I miss having a dog.
Actually, I figured out that in Adopt Me, depending, because like you get a starter egg in Adopt Me, and depending on what you choose your gender to actually be, depends on what your first pet is. If you're a girl, you get a cat. If you're a boy, you get a dog.
Hey, Danielle. Miss Danielle says hello. She says, hi, Michaela.
Hi.
You miss Danielle and Mr. Scott, don't you?
I miss Hazel too.
Miss Hazel too. Wow.
Adorable puppy.
Mm-hmm. Hazel's getting to be a dog now.
Still a puppy.
Oh, I've seen pictures of your dog, Heather. I'm very excited to meet your dog. Very much so. So there are neighbors in Galt Village here. That one night we're out sitting around the fire pit in the driveway, and they walk by and they have this adorable puppy, and his name is Hamilton because like they're across out by the sidewalk, and I said, oh, what's your little puppers? What's your pupper's name? She's like Hamilton. I said, he knows what to do in the trench. He's ingenuitive and fluent in French, I bet. Because that's the kind of year we've had. All right. Any other questions for me or Michaela before I dive into a little bit of my 1989 journal?
Ooh.
Michaela, will you let Grandpa know when you're going to run for president? You know, it might be that I'm going to leave it alone because I want harmony in our family.
I don't think I'd ever want to run for president because too much decisions, and some of those decisions could cost people either a lot of money or the worse, or that I will not speak.
Look at you, all sugar and spice and everything nice. All right, so yeah, Michaela's not going to run for president though. There were moments this week, right, where you're all like, I want to program robots for NASA. Right?
Yeah.
Which she could totally do, like tomorrow. Mm-hmm. All right. Here it is, folks. A couple of entries from my journal in 1989, the one my dad made me start writing instead of making me dig my own grave, which I appreciate, where I spell April, A-P-R-A-I-L. You think that's funny? How do you spell April?
The correct way.
God, I love this kid. All right. Wednesday, April 12th, 1989. I went right home from school. My mom let me go to the Boys and Girls Club. I rode my bike there. So remember, this was a punishment my dad gave me. Instead, I had to write it every day until I turned 18, which was 1998. This is full on... I can't do the math, but 9 years, 10 years before, 9 years before that would happen. And I'm already, that's 1, 2, barely 3 sentences in that journal entry. Thursday, April 13th, 1989, I went home after school. I was really bored. And not bored like I couldn't think of anything to do, bored like a piece of wood. I went to A&W. I had root beer, shake, and fries. Then I went to Sheridan Lanes to watch Leagues Bowl. Leagues not spelled anywhere near correct. Bowl was correct though. Yeah. P.S. This is my 11th night with braces. Friday, April 14th, 1989, I went to the Boys and Girls Club. I played, went home, and then went back, then went home again and back again. I played football and played Auto Duel. It's very fun. I might get a copy. Now, Auto Duel was a super early video game that was played on like the Apple One. And you needed like 6 discs, 6 of the big 5 1/4 floppy disks to play this. Michaela has no clue what I am talking about.
All I know is that she's saying there's something on a really old phone.
It's a computer.
Okay, really old computer.
Video game. As we sit here and broadcast this direct from my MacBook Pro, we are talking about one of the first computers I played on, which was like an Apple One or whatever was the thing back then. Maybe it was an Apple II. I know we had an Apple II at home that would absolutely make her little head explode because there is more computing power in her iPod than there is in the Apple II. All right. Any other questions from folks? That's okay. I get it. It's Monday. Michaela's not giving us much. She's not being very funny at all.
What happened earlier exactly? I forgot.
She farted. Michaela farted on Facebook Live. Michaela farted. So excited. I can't wait to
That'd
tell
be
your
more
mom.
funnier if I had more questions.
Oh, so it's your fault, people. Your fault. Any other questions for me or the high priestess? Yes, she does have braces, but just on the top. We just got some wax to help with some of the prickly bits. We had beef tips for dinner. And while at dinner, Michaela actually begged for a flu shot. So,
and I'm the one that's scared of needles.
Oh, super scared. Every time we've ever had to get her a shot, I have had to restrain her so it could be done. All right. What's your favorite color?
Blue, any shade, but I do really like dark blue and turquoise.
All right. And I love orange. Orange is my favorite color.
How did I know that? You don't have anything orange at all. You never have anything orange. There's nothing orange around him. Nothing at all.
I didn't like specially buy an orange ukulele. Of all the rocks that Braley gave me, I didn't keep the orange one. I didn't specifically buy this remote hard drive because there's orange on it. Let's see. Orange Post-it notes, orange tape measure. Let's see. There's orange on the coffee filter bag.
I told you he doesn't like orange. I would have never known.
Orange shoes.
Literally, orange shoes.
Yeah.
Orange Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, orange. I love orange. Michaela, what does Braley do that drives you crazy? I could probably answer that one.
She has gotten into the way that she expresses her feelings a lot.
Now you're getting psychological on us?
The way that she expresses her feelings a lot is through anger, and most of the time the anger comes out on me. And actually earlier this evening we were playing and she got really mad and she literally pushed me to the ground, and I did not want to move my kneecap for a while.
Not to mention yesterday she literally knocked a tooth out.
Yeah, she knocked my tooth out. My lip still hurts from where it happened.
So Braley's a bit of a bruiser. And that's okay. But yeah. What drives me crazy about my kids
The other one in particular
is that I never anticipated having female children. I didn't. Like, I knew it was a possibility. But like for me growing up, it was me, my mom, my dad, and my brother. It was predominantly
Oh, so this is
men in the household,
Yeah.
right?
predominantly men, and now it's predominantly women.
Oh, it is overwhelmingly women.
4 women, 1 man.
Uh-huh.
Overruled in everything that the women's want.
Yeah, pretty much. But what drives me crazy about these two is, let's stick with Braylee. What drives me crazy about Braylee is her ability to manipulate me with her tears.
That happens too.
Michaela is old enough where I'm like, quit your crying, go to your room.
Toughen up.
Go to your room and don't come down till you're done crying, because I'm not dealing with that manipulation. Braylee's, and I'm like, oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter that you knock your sister's tooth out. I love you. It's okay. It matters. She shouldn't have knocked your tooth out, but it needed to come out anyway. Yeah. Also, for those of you that are interested and those of you that aren't interested, Monday Night Football tonight is going to determine whether I win or lose in my fantasy league this night. Pastor Dan, who was on earlier, has only one receiver playing, only one person playing in tonight's game, who only has to get like 3 fantasy points in order to beat me.
Oh.
And I would really very much like to beat him. But we'll see.
Oh, wait, so you're in first place according to that?
This is just our game.
No, I'm talking about this.
No, I am 3rd in the league right now.
Oh.
But that's way better than I did last year. So just really, I only play so that I can beat Dan and maybe a few other people. And it would just make my season if I could beat him. Oh, Mr. Gorman, do you ever buff your father's head for him, Michaela?
Buff is like massage?
Like use a rag and polish it.
I have massaged him. I've never bumped his head, but I remember one time that Grandma decided to use a white rag on his leg, and we actually got it on security camera.
Oh, yeah, she snapped me with a towel. That's not buffing my head. And for the record, Jeff, it was about oiling my head, not buffing it. But yeah, the previous question, but it was okay. Michaela has, she has started doing really good, like back and shoulder massages, which has been really good. Like she's figured out leverage and like moving stuff, which is nice. Yeah, she could shine it up. Maybe we'll maybe we'll work that into the Christmas pageant she's working.
Okay. I'm gonna here's a heads up after we sign off, which no rush, but I'm probably gonna go get a wet rag and go like this and call it shining his head.
No, that's not okay. That's not okay. Jeff Gorman, that does not make me happy that you gave her that idea.
I'm not gonna do it yet.
Right. Some people's kids. Oh wait, she's mine. All right. All right, folks. We are rapidly approaching the hour. So, any last questions? We'll take those up. Otherwise, you can save them for next week. Next week is. I apologize. I know this has been a lot of fun, but next week is going to be just me. And eventually, one of these weeks coming up, we'll have Braylee on. Braylee was very sad that she didn't get to be on Ask Me Anything. But we will get Braylee on here at least for part of 1. And you can ask her questions, and we'll see how she answers that. And if you guys think Michaela is funny, Braylee can bring the thunder, and I'm not talking about the farts. Oh yeah, Jeff, you totally missed Michaela farting.
Excuse me, I think that's discussion.
No, hang on. Not only did you fart, but you didn't say excuse me. You just farted.
Excuse me, belated.
This is also, Michaela, why I think you and I could have a podcast together where we talk about stuff. Because you do pretty good with this. I'm impressed. Hasn't she done a good job, folks? And I know there's a delay, so I'll let you say, yeah, she's done a great job. Because they'll say that because you've done good. All right. I'm not seeing any more questions. So we're going to call it a night, folks. We love you. Don't forget to go out and vote tomorrow. We will not tell you how to vote. That's not what we do here. But voting is a very important part of being a member of the community, being part of this country. So please do that. Please vote. Please don't let long lines make you fearful. Take the time, do the thing, and know that we love you. And more importantly, God loves you. There's nothing anyone can do about it. Right on?
Yeah.
Right on. All right. See you later, folks. Good night.